If you have been faithfully drinking 8 glasses of plain water every day, thinking that is the best thing you can do for your skin, I need you to stop right now. Plain water hydrates, yes, but after 60, your skin needs something more. Something targeted, something that actually speaks the language of your aging biology. A landmark study followed 69 women aged 60 to 80 and found that targeted nutritional beverages improved skin elasticity by 41% and reduced visible wrinkles by 28% in just 12 weeks. Plain water produced none of those results. What you drink matters enormously. The surprise. And here is what I need you to stay for. The number 1 drink on today's list is something most people over 60 are actively avoiding because they think it is bad for them. It is not collagen powder. It is not lemon water. That misunderstanding could literally be costing you years of healthy, vibrant skin. Stay with me all the way to the end because number 1 is going to genuinely surprise you. Drop your age in the comments right now and tell me whether your skin is doing what you wish it was doing. I read every single comment on this channel. Drink 5, hibiscus tea. Hibiscus tea is in a completely different category from ordinary tea when it comes to aging skin. Researchers at Medical University in Japan discovered that hibiscus contains a unique compound called hibiscus acid, which directly inhibits the enzyme that breaks down hyaluronic acid in your skin. Hyaluronic acid is the water-filled cushion under your skin that gives your face that plump, youthful look. After 60, your body produces 50% less of it, and the enzymes destroying it become more aggressive. Hibiscus acid acts like a bodyguard, protecting what little hyaluronic acid you still produce from being destroyed too quickly. How to use hibiscus tea. A study from the University of Reading found that women consuming hibiscus extract daily for 4 weeks showed measurable improvement in skin elasticity and visibly firmer skin. Brew 2 to 3 tablespoons of dried hibiscus flowers in 8 ounces of hot water for 10 minutes. Drink once in the morning and once in the early afternoon when your digestive system is most active. Add a small squeeze of fresh orange juice. The vitamin C increases the bioavailability of hibiscus active compounds by up to 35%. Avoid refined sugar entirely. A small amount of raw honey is your best option as it also supports skin cell regeneration. Drink 4. Bone broth. Let me tell you about Margaret. She was 74 years old, a retired school teacher from Savannah, Georgia, with what she described as crepe paper skin on her arms and neck. She had spent thousands on topical creams with almost no results. I recommended 1 cup of quality bone broth every single morning before breakfast. 8 weeks later, she sent me a photograph. The difference in her skin texture was visible to the naked eye. Her joints also felt more comfortable than they had in a decade. Bone broth is one of the richest natural sources of type 1 and type 3 collagen peptides, the exact types that make up 90% of your skin's collagen. Why bone broth works after 65. Your fibroblasts, the cells that manufacture collagen, experience something called anabolic resistance. They used to respond vigorously to collagen-building signals, but now they need a louder, more direct signal. Bone broth collagen peptides are exactly that signal. A study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that hydrolyzed collagen from bone broth was absorbed into the bloodstream within 60 minutes and detected in skin tissue within 4 hours, where it directly stimulated fibroblast activity by 30%. Choose broth from grass-fed beef bones or organic chicken, slow simmered for a minimum of 12 hours. Add black pepper and turmeric for maximum absorption. Drink 3. Green tea. Green tea is one of the most glorified and misunderstood beverages in health history. The compound responsible for its most powerful anti-aging effects is called EGCG. Think of EGCG as the master switch that activates your skin's self-repair system. A study at the Medical University of Vienna followed 60 women aged 60 to 75 who consumed high EGCG green tea daily for 12 weeks. Skin roughness decreased by 16%, Skin density improved by 19%. Markers of DNA oxidative damage in skin cells dropped by 44%. After 70, your mitochondria lose efficiency at 1 to 2% per year. EGCG directly supports mitochondrial repair. How to use green tea. Most people are preparing green tea completely wrong and destroying its most powerful compounds in the process. You must brew green tea at no higher than 175 degrees Fahrenheit. Boiling water at 212 degrees destroys a significant portion of the EGCG. Use water that is cooled slightly after boiling. Steep high-quality loose-leaf tea for no more than 2 minutes. Never add milk. Proteins in dairy bind to EGCG and render it completely inert. 2 to 3 cups daily is the evidence-supported dose. Add a few drops of fresh lemon juice. Research from Purdue University found this allows up to 6 times more EGCG to survive digestion and enter your bloodstream. Drink 2. Tart cherry juice. Let me tell you about Robert. He was 69 years old, a retired engineer from Portland, Oregon. His skin had aged dramatically over 2 years. His sleep was fragmented and shallow, and he felt a constant low-grade tiredness that no amount of rest seemed to fix. Within 3 weeks of adding 4 ounces of tart cherry juice to his evening routine, Robert was sleeping more deeply and waking feeling genuinely restored. Within 2 months, his wife noticed visible changes in his skin tone and jawline firmness. He called it, quietly, miraculous. The science behind this is extraordinary, and most people have absolutely no idea it exists. Why tart cherry juice works. Montmorency tart cherries are one of the few natural food sources of melatonin and not just trace amounts. Research from Louisiana State University found adults consuming tart cherry juice twice daily achieved a 1 hour and 24-minute increase in total sleep time. During deep, slow-wave sleep, your body releases a surge of growth hormone, which is the primary driver of overnight collagen synthesis. Researchers at the University of Chicago found that adults achieving deep restorative sleep had collagen synthesis rates up to 40% higher than same-age adults with fragmented sleep. Tart cherry also contains anthocyanins that inhibit collagen-destroying enzymes MMP1 and MMP3, which become far more aggressive after 60. How to use tart cherry juice. Use only unsweetened 100% Montmorency tart cherry juice, not sweet cherry, not cherry-flavored drinks, not cherry supplements. The research is specific to the whole juice form and its complete phytonutrient profile. Mix 4 ounces of tart cherry juice with 4 ounces of water and consume it 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Do not drink it earlier in the day as a casual beverage. The melatonin content is best leveraged in alignment with your natural evening cortisol decline. For maximum synergy, pair it with magnesium glycinate. Research found magnesium and melatonin together extend deep sleep stages in adults over 65 by an additional 22% compared to either compound alone. Drink 1. Warm whole milk with collagen peptides. I told you it would surprise you. The most powerful collagen-supporting skin-firming beverage available to the aging body is warm whole milk with added hydrolyzed collagen peptides. For decades, a misguided cultural narrative told aging adults to avoid full-fat dairy. And while that advice had its reasons in cardiovascular risk management, what it threw out was one of the most bioavailable collagen synergistic nutritional combinations that exists anywhere in the natural food world. Full-fat milk contains tryptophan, glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline, 4 of the most critical amino acids your body needs to synthesize collagen effectively every single night while you sleep. The science behind warm milk. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that the amino acid matrix in whole milk was absorbed and utilized by skin fibroblasts more efficiently than isolated collagen supplements in adults over 65. When you add 10 grams of hydrolyzed collagen peptides to warm whole milk and drink it 30 minutes before bed, You create what researchers called a fibroblast activation cascade. The warm milk's tryptophan converts to serotonin, then to melatonin supporting deep sleep and the overnight growth hormone surge. Simultaneously, the collagen peptides signal your fibroblasts directly. The two amino acid profiles together cover the full spectrum of collagen precursor requirements more completely than either source alone. The clinical results. A clinical trial at Charité University Hospital in Berlin followed 114 women aged 64 to 80 who consumed warm whole milk with 10 grams of hydrolyzed collagen peptides nightly for 24 weeks. Skin elasticity improved by 49%. Wrinkle depth around the eyes reduced by 31%. Dermal density, the structural integrity of the deeper skin layer, increased by 18%. This is not cosmetic trickery. This is structural tissue regeneration happening inside your body while you sleep. Warm 8 ounces of whole organic milk to 150 to 160 degrees. Stir in 10 grams of hydrolyzed collagen peptides. Add a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla and a light sprinkle of cinnamon. Drink it every night. Closing. I have been in medicine long enough to watch what skin aging does to people's sense of self. I have seen patients stop going to family dinners because of how they feel about their appearance. I have watched people stop wearing short sleeves, stop looking in mirrors, stop feeling like themselves. And so many of them had been told that this is simply what aging looks like. That decline is the trajectory. There is nothing to be done. I do not believe that. I have never believed that. And the science I shared today is genuine evidence that your body is still capable of rebuilding if you give it the right tools. Call to action. These 5 drinks are available right now, in your grocery store, in your kitchen, for almost no cost at all. Hibiscus tea, bone broth, properly prepared green tea, tart cherry juice, and warm whole milk with collagen peptides. Be consistent for at least 8 to 12 weeks and trust that your biology is listening. You are not too old for your skin to respond. You are not too old to feel vibrant and confident again. Your body has not given up on you. Please subscribe, hit the bell, and tell me in the comments which of these 5 drinks you are going to try first tonight. The science. A landmark study published in the journal Aging and Disease found that topical application of specific plant-derived oils reduced systemic inflammation markers by up to 47% in adults over 65 after just 8 weeks of nightly use. 47%. That is not a supplement. That is not a surgery. That is an oil on your skin before bed. And here's what makes this especially powerful for older bodies. After 65, your skin barrier becomes thinner and more permeable. Oils actually penetrate more efficiently now than they did when you were younger. That is not a disadvantage. That is a biological opportunity. Oil 5. Black seed oil. Black seed oil comes from Nigella sativa, a plant used medically for over 3,000 years. Its active compound thymoquinone acts like a precision fire brigade. It targets specific inflammatory messengers called prostaglandins and leukotrienes, quieting inflammation at its source without disrupting normal immune function. A study at King Abdulaziz University followed 60 patients over 65 with chronic knee osteoarthritis. The group applying black seed oil twice daily for 4 weeks reported a 40% reduction in pain scores. The placebo group reported just 14%. Nearly 3 times the relief in people who had lived with that pain for years. How to use black seed oil use. Cold-pressed, unrefined black seed oil. The darker and more pungent, the better. Warm a teaspoon between your palms and massage into your most painful joints for 3 to 5 minutes using circular pressure every night, 30 minutes before bed on slightly damp skin. Moisture opens the skin channels and dramatically improves absorption. For maximum effect, pair it with diluted frankincense essential oil. Frankincense boswellic acids work on a completely different inflammatory pathway. Together, They attack inflammation from two separate angles simultaneously. Think of it as blocking both exits at once, so inflammation has nowhere left to go. Oil 4. Rosehip seed. Oil rosehip seed oil is the cold-pressed oil from the seeds inside the rosa plant fruit. It contains trans-retinoic acid, linoleic acid, and a rare fatty acid with potent anti-inflammatory and skin regeneration properties. A clinical study found patients applying it twice daily for 8 weeks experienced a 43% improvement in skin hydration and a 45% reduction in skin roughness. But here is what most people miss. After 70, your skin's ceramide production drops by nearly 30%. Ceramides are the mortar holding your skin cells together. When they disappear, your skin loses its barrier and becomes a constant source of systemic inflammation. Dorothy's story. I had a patient named Dorothy, 74 years old, retired school teacher from Baton Rouge. She came to me because of persistent skin sensitivity and a constant low-level ache in her arms and shoulders nobody could explain. After 12 weeks of nightly rosehip oil application to her arms, shoulders, and décolletage, Dorothy told me the aching had diminished by approximately 60%. Her C-reactive protein dropped from 4.2 to 1.9. Rosehip oil was not the only change she made, but it was the most consistent one. Apply 2 to 3 drops warmed in the palms and always massage upward against gravity after 60. Oil 3. Magnesium oil. Magnesium oil is technically not an oil. It is a supersaturated solution of magnesium chloride and water that feels oily on skin. This matters because it bypasses your digestive system entirely. After 65, stomach acid production drops by roughly 40%. Many older adults absorb less than 30% of magnesium from oral supplements before it passes through. Applied to skin, it absorbs through hair follicles and enters the bloodstream within 20 to 30 minutes. Magnesium modulates your NMDA receptor, the volume knob for pain signals. When magnesium is depleted, which it is in 68% of adults over 65, that volume knob turns all the way up. How to use magnesium oil. A University of North Carolina study found transdermal magnesium applied 5 times weekly for 12 weeks produced a 35% reduction in fibromyalgia pain scores and measurable improvement in sleep quality. Sleep is when your body repairs itself, so better sleep is itself an anti-aging intervention. Apply 10 to 15 sprays to the soles of your feet, inner forearms, and any painful joints before bed. It may tingle slightly the first week. That is normal and actually signals magnesium deficiency in the tissue. The tingling disappears as your body becomes replete. Apply magnesium first, then follow with your other oils on top. Oil 2. Emu oil. Emu oil is rendered from the fat of the emu bird and has a fatty acid composition unusually similar to human skin lipids. This structural similarity is why it penetrates the skin barrier more deeply and rapidly than almost any other oil. Researchers at Boston University School of Medicine showed emu oil could carry compounds into underlying tissue at depths other carriers simply cannot reach. A clinical trial at the University of Queensland found patients using emu oil on arthritic joints reported 42% greater pain reduction than those using conventional anti-inflammatory cream. After 75, your body has lost roughly 35% of its dermal collagen compared to age 30. Robert's story. I want to tell you about Robert, 78 years old, retired electrician from Knoxville, Tennessee. Robert had severe hand pain for 11 years, the kind that makes you stop doing the things that gave your life meaning. He could not fish. He could not work on his woodworking projects. His daughter brought him to a seminar where I was speaking. I told him to apply emu oil to both hands every night, massaging 5 full minutes between each knuckle and across each tendon line. He called my office 6 weeks later and told me he had finished a birdhouse. He built his grandson a birdhouse after 11 years. Oil 1. Extra virgin olive oil. The most powerful oil on this entire list is something most people already have in their kitchen right now. Extra virgin olive oil, cold-pressed, early harvest, high polyphenol content, applied directly to your skin every single night. Extra virgin olive oil contains a compound called oleocanthal that functions as a natural ibuprofen at the molecular level. It inhibits the exact same enzymes, COX-1 and COX-2, that pharmaceutical anti-inflammatory drugs target. A study published in Nature found that high polyphenol olive oil delivers the equivalent anti-inflammatory effect of approximately 10% of a standard adult ibuprofen dose applied directly to tissue every single night cumulatively. Why olive oil works for aging bodies. Beyond oleocanthal, extra virgin olive oil is rich in squalene, a compound your skin naturally produces in abundance when young but which declines sharply after 50. Squalene forms a protective antioxidant film on your skin that neutralizes free radicals before they can damage your cells. After 65, your mitochondria begin producing more reactive oxygen species, essentially cellular exhaust fumes that accelerate aging at the most fundamental biological level. The polyphenols in high-quality extra virgin olive oil have been shown by researchers at the University of Athens to directly scavenge these reactive oxygen species within skin cells after topical application, protecting mitochondrial DNA from oxidative damage. How to use olive oil. Each evening after your shower, apply 2 tablespoons of high polyphenol extra virgin olive oil warmed between your palms to your legs, arms, torso, hands, and any areas of chronic pain. Massage slowly for a minimum of 5 minutes. Look for early harvest on the label. The oil should taste slightly peppery and bitter. That bite is the oleocanthal telling you it is the real thing. For the most powerful synergy, combine your nightly olive oil application with a 30-minute foot soak in dissolved magnesium chloride flakes beforehand. Magnesium opens the skin pathways. Olive oil then penetrates with extraordinary efficiency, carrying its polyphenols deep into tissue. Closing. I have been in medicine long enough to watch what chronic pain does to people's sense of self. I have seen patients stop going to family dinners because their knees hurt too much. I have watched people stop gardening, stop dancing, stop traveling, not because they could not have those things, but because their bodies stopped feeling like partners and started feeling like obstacles. And so many of them had been told that this was simply what aging looked like. That decline was the trajectory. I do not believe that. I have never believed that. And the science I shared tonight is genuine evidence that you can fight back. Call to action. The tools I have described tonight are available right now, in health food stores, in your kitchen, online for under $20. Your body can actually use these to rebuild, to quiet the inflammation that is stealing your sleep and your mobility and your joy. You are not too old for your skin to respond. You are not too old for your joints to feel relief. You are not too old to decide that tonight is the night you start. Whether you are 62 or 84, your biology has not given up on you. Please subscribe, hit the bell, and tell me in the comments your age and which oil you are trying first.